I was trying to do music, man. I ain't work out quite
Hey
right
man,
now,
hey,
man.
it's all a pro. It is working out though.
Yeah,
You know
now,
what I'm
you know what I'm saying? In a
saying?
different way. In a
For
different
sure,
way.
for sure.
All right, man.
That's what's up.
Welcome to the Tattoo Room Unfiltered. Today I got a special guest coming in. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk manhood, we're going to talk about the school that he got building. And you're saying this is Mr. Somebody Gotta Do It, Mr. Somebody Gotta Be Great. Then what you say,
Your understanding is not required.
It's not required. You know what I'm saying? I got Coach Dwayne Springs in the
Yes,
building
sir.
with me today, man. He's going to inform us on a whole lot of things. So y'all get y'all pencil and papers and let's get ready.
I appreciate it.
Doing
I
the
appreciate
day,
it,
Coach
man.
Springs.
Outstanding, outstanding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the first question we really like to ask everybody is where you from? You know what I'm saying? Where you born? How was you raised? You know, with your parents, how was that experience?
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, you know, the earth is my turf. You know what I'm saying? Like my man say. But I was born, raised in Chicago, South Side. Till I was about 11. I believe I was 10 or 11 years old. We moved up here to Waukegan. So I was my parents South Side, my family South Side, and we moved to Waukegan. That was the strangest thing ever. You know, we moved up here and we thought it was so far. We packed a lunch to get from Waukegan to get this from Chicago to Waukegan. But it was definitely a culture shock when we moved here, and that's literally 40 some odd years ago. Because we moved up here, we used to Chicago, South Side. It's something cracking all the time. We moved up to Waukegan. When we moved Walnut to the apartments over there, but it was condominiums. It was quiet. It was it was super quiet back then, and so that was a shock for us. And then we eventually met some more people that were similar to us, but initially that was a shock. My mother and father, Southside people. You know, I'm a Waukegan guy. Graduated from Waukegan. Went to college in Mississippi. My children went to Waukegan. And we're able to have success from there as well. So we are from the community. We're a part of this community, and this is who we are.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you from being a coach, you know, basketball basketball coach with the kids.
For sure.
And, you know, from what I've seen, you've always done a phenomenal job.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the young fellas, I've seen you instill a lot of confidence in them and a lot of what we like core values for manhood.
Right.
So how'd you get started with training kids? And you know, the basketball and the sports endeavors like that.
That's what's up. Well, since I was in Chicago at 10, 11 years old, we've always been heavily involved with sports. My brother and I. My brother is 2 years older than me, so we started off with baseball and you know, practicing baseball just as something that we did all the time. And then
you came up playing baseball yourself?
For sure. I played college baseball. I played
For
baseball and football were my primary. Baseball, football were my primary. Baseball, I would have put more time in than anything.
Man,
I started baseball.
Right.
Oh man, baseball is beautiful, you know. But you know what happened was, moving here at a certain point, it became you're a black guy, you should play center field. You're a black guy, you should play second base. And I wasn't that black guy. I was the black guy that was the catcher. I was the black guy that was a third baseman. And it was a time where black guys couldn't be the catcher on a predominantly White team. It was a leadership position. It was like being a quarterback in football. You could be a receiver or whatever. You can't be the quarterback. In baseball, being a catcher, being a catcher was you run the show. And I was a catcher. And that was cool when I was amongst people that wasn't, for sure. So it's so many people that I grew up with in Waukegan that we had a great experience. Black, white, Hispanic. And some just had a different experience than me, you know. My experience as a black man from the south side of Chicago coming to Waukegan was different than people that grew up here, their parents was here. Totally different experiences. So that's what it was. We started off with baseball, and I played college baseball. Basketball, everybody starts to love basketball. And then football became my core because I played catcher because I like to hit people. I wanted to hit somebody at the plate.
I
I wanted to hit somebody at the plate. I want them to try to get home and bam. You know what I'm saying?
Run through you
trying to run through me. You know what I'm saying? So that was my testosterone. So that's when football came. Oh, we get to hit somebody every time. Oh, I love this. I love this. We get to just hit like interception or hit him. Hit him. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that was who I was and who I am. I carry myself like a Mike linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I coach basketball like I'm a linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I liked you, because I play basketball.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I play.
Right.
You know, but and a lot of kids don't play that way. The game got a little soft with the rules.
For sure.
But I like the context. No easy layup. Oh, yeah. You know, like Coach said, if you're going to foul him, don't let him get shot.
You can't get both. You can't get both. What we going to do? We going to foul you and give you the shot?
Wrap him up.
Give him a little bit. Give him a little love.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing to knock him down.
No, nothing dirty. You know what
I'm saying? Yeah, that's a philosophy that I always stood up
for. For sure. Nothing dirty, but you know, a little bump. You know, we both been. We checking it out. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
For sure.
So tell me, what year, like how long have you been doing the coaching?
Well, when we moved here, I literally, we started doing neighborhood camps when my brother was probably 12 and I was 10. We just in the neighborhood, we playing catch and all this. Yeah. Our friends, if you're going to be my friend, you do what I do. We play baseball. You're going to have to get better at baseball. Yeah. So we just start holding neighborhood camps. Yeah. No phone call needed. Just go to the park, boom. And we're running camp. We didn't think about it until we became adults, is that we had been running these camps since we were little kids. You know what I'm saying? And then it went from the baseball drills to, okay, we got to learn how to make a right-hand layup. Yeah. You got to know how to make a left-hand layup. What you mean you don't know? You my man, you my guy. We grew up in the neighborhood together. You got to know how to shot fake. Boom. Yeah. So, literally, we've been doing this the majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? I remember my 6th grade teacher telling me, you're going to do something with that ball. You know? I remember my grandmother always saying, man, they got it. I don't know if it's basketball or football or baseball. I don't know what they're doing. But it always was a part of us, and using the sports to teach sportsmanship, to teach manhood, to teach fairness. You know, like me and my brother never wanted the teams to be unfair. Right. I never wanted my team just to destroy your team.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna learn.
This ain't fun no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, let's switch teams because we about to kill y'all. This ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You know, unless you come over here talking crazy, then it would destroy you.
Gotta show you something.
But you know, let's make it be competitive. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that's my principles for life. I want it to be competitive. I want to win, but I don't want to cheat you to win. I don't want to beat you by 50. I don't think that's good.
You know, I cheat you to beat you.
Yeah, come on. We want to be real men about it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how you would know, like, what I need to work on.
For sure.
What I'm saying? Like, because I accept challenges. If you're gonna beat me, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Especially if I want to be better. Man. You know what I'm saying? But it just lets you know what you got to work on as a man.
For sure.
You know but that's not just a man, but you know what I'm saying, as a person and an individual anyway.
But I think that we have to be able to say as a man and not let that be offensive. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's so many times when we say as a man or as a black man, we're not just black. Like we already got to defend saying black. Or defend saying man.
Yeah, that's a mentality we got to change.
Yeah, we got to change that. You know, they try to make us guard them, say, black, it was black people.
Yeah.
What? Why I got to whisper black? Why I got to whisper man? Oh, because somebody's offended by that? Well, they got to do better. They got to do better. You offended by something that's not offensive. This ain't offensive. I didn't say, no good ass woman, and I'm a man. Or I say, yo, dumb white self.
We definitely promote women too.
Yeah, come on, we got to.
Honestly though, we trying to promote manhood. You know what I'm saying? Because we want those concepts to be accepted. You know, sometimes I wake up and just yell in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I try to go outside and do it and get the fresh air with me. You know, but a lot of people don't understand the lion's roars and stuff. So, you know, it's just a lot of things we got to get through. You know what I'm saying? As people and myself to keep moving forward.
For sure. So, what you say about that lion's roar, that's part of the training we do. Like we do what I call gladiator training. Through the summer months, we'll go to the beach a couple days a week, early in the morning, and some of it's just physical. Running in the sand, it's gonna get you stronger, more explosive. Running through the water, stronger, more explosive, mentally tough. But another part that we do out there is to be able to go be a part of the fresh air
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to scream your goals. So what we want our adults to beginners to do is to get out there, run in that sand, run in that water, and then scream my goals to the universe.
Yeah.
Because we want to get it out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I want to.
important.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why am I here before 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Why am I running through the sand, doing push-ups in the water? Why I'm doing this? Because somebody got to be great.
Yeah.
Because I want to be the best tattoo artist in the world.
Yeah,
Because I
you
want to
gotta get
have
early.
one of the greatest podcasts. I want to know my goals and scream them, and not just in my mind, put them out into the universe.
Yeah.
It's important for us to put it out to the universe.
Most definitely.
For sure.
That's how you get it come back to you in reciprocation.
No doubt. No
Yes,
doubt.
sir. So I know you also got the school coming along with the program.
For sure.
So how did you transition from the program and coaching to trying to get into the school?
Well, what I had to see, we want to be solution. We want to be solution driven.
Right.
Many times we complain about what's going on in society without a solution. What's going on at the school without a solution with this
Right.
team, with these young people, whatever.
Right.
And we just pointing. And just pointing at problems don't make you an activist. Just
Right.
pointing at a problem don't make you a solution. Oh, it's ugly over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you fix it? Did you make it better? You know, it's a quote we got. We can talk free. I can talk
Yeah,
free.
yeah, man.
If you enter a room full of shit,
Yeah,
the room's full of shit.
yeah.
You first go in that room, you be like, it smell like shit in here,
What's
right?
that smell?
What the hell is that smell?
Yeah,
The longer you in that room full of shit, it'll start to dull. The smell will start to dull to you
yeah.
if you stay in that room long enough. Somebody else enter that same room full of shit, be like, oh, it smell like shit in here.
Yeah.
They'll look at you like, how you in here full of
Ain't
with all
good.
this shit? And you
Ain't
like,
good
man,
nothing.
it don't really smell that bad. Oh, you becoming one with the shit.
Yeah.
So when you in that room of shit, you gotta either clean it up
Mhm.
or leave it.
Mhm.
Solution driven. So what I'm saying is when I see the problems with the schools, I say, how you fix it? Or I can leave, or if I'm gonna be here, I gotta build a new system.
Yeah.
I believe that the school systems can be beneficial to some, but we need a smaller learning environment. We need an environment that teaches our young men how to be men.
Yeah.
Teaches a black man to be proud of himself. Teaches us our culture. There's a book called Lies my teacher told me, and there's so many lies that go into the standard school system,
Right.
and even the fact that you tell a young man full of testosterone to sit down in this seat 6 hours a day, it's unhealthy.
that's hard.
It don't even
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
hard. Yeah.
it don't make sense. So what we said is that we had to do our school ourselves, and we knew the challenges that it presented financially first.
Yeah.
But before the finances is the thought. It's the thought to do it. So now we have the blueprint, we have the thought, we have the curriculum, and we've had proof of concept through the quarantine. During the quarantine period, we had classes 2-3 times a day when there was no school anywhere else,
Yeah.
and we was able to do it
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, to keep the kids learning.
Man, keep them learning, but then to do it in a way that was so interactive, where they could go be physical, come get some lessons while I'm outside. That's
Yeah.
what I believe we should have. School should be a part of learning the universe, man.
Yeah,
We
everything.
don't have to sit in the
Yeah,
desk
yeah,
all day,
yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Let's learn the universe.
Yeah,
Let's
'cause
learn
most,
from
most guys
nature.
really learn by touching and doing. You know what I'm saying? It's another type of learning in that.
Mhm.
So get outside and actually get connected
Come
with the
on.
universe is
For
gonna
sure.
bring you a whole lot. Then when you get back in the classroom, you're gonna be fresh again. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Where you can sit down and concentrate and focus a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yesterday, I took my grandson to the beach. We're gonna go every day. He's up from Mississippi.
Yeah.
We got in the water, and I said, "Okay, shuffle to your east."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, east." I said, "You're in the water.
Yeah.
East got to be the water, right?" He said, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
So now I said, "Okay, shuffle west." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which way is Mississippi? Okay, which way is opposite of Mississippi? All right, cool. What happened in Mississippi with all the cotton down there? What did we have to do with the cotton?
Yeah.
Oh, they used to make us pick the cotton. Okay, now we didn't went from geography
Yeah.
to history all while we still in the water training for sports. You ain't even had a chance to think about this. Now we gonna give you a history lesson in the middle of us doing running in the water. We ain't even thinking about it, but we're just doing it. Now this is going into that brain. You know what I'm saying? We're like, man, come on. We traveling east. We went west. We went south. You said when we was down south, they was trying to get out of Mississippi to come north. Why was they trying to leave? Well, they was trying to leave because they had us. They was making us be slaves. And I say no. We were enslaved. We weren't the slaves. We was enslaved. So now I keep hearing that. He 11. So now he's getting some put on his brain that's different than sit down in the desk and make me do it. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
That's what's gonna cause the problem in the regular school system. That's the same thing I went through. I had different stories. So when I come and I get to the Warren, they like, man, Columbus landed and found America, but he was greeted by some people.
How you find somebody if they had to help him?
Like they greeted him, but he found it. Like that don't make sense.
That don't make sense.
Then, you know what I'm saying? So like you say, you in the room full of shit. Man. So now we trying to clean it up, but he's just smearing it everywhere. So it is time to just go and find a new system there,
for sure,
and just build our own schools. So that's another thing that I believe in schools, and I know it's not easy,
right? You
know, but like I just seen Dr. Umar yesterday. I think he said his opening up by Kwanzaa this year.
Did he? Okay, very good. Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like just to connect things, you know, we could go from yours up to his.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Starting this year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about the school. All you have to do is have the people that believe in you.
Yeah, most definitely.
If you have the people that believe in you, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, there have been churches that have a building fund. And you be like, man, y'all done had that building fund since I was a kid. When y'all gonna build something?
One pastor, Pastor Roberson, his building actually got bigger. That's the only one I've seen.
Well, I know I saw when he was still Pastor Caples and then he became Bishop Caples. Build stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get this other build over here. Change this store that was a raggedy store into a whole center for the community. Saw your building go from to this. Okay, cool. Now, some of that takes more than just asking from the public. Some of that takes going to get some resources from the state, federal, and you. You know what I'm saying? And you. So that's what I'm saying for the school is that some of it is the concept and some of it is making the public know who we are and then having the facilities. Because some of the school stuff we could do without the building, without having the building. Right now, people complain about Waukegan, but Waukegan has a lot of buildings. They don't have a problem with buildings. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to have a concept, and I want to help the Waukegan schools as well. I don't want to be against them, but then I want to have another option. There should be another option as well.
That's what I think. Because there's a lot of people that, like you said, how your grandson, he probably learning more in that situation than he might learn all year at school. Sure. You know, even like my son, I kind of just treat it as a babysitter right now because like you got him teaching and my daughter, y'all got them teaching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
like
what we doing?
And they actually tell me that, like, he helps me out with the other kids so I can help the other kids. And
right. Like ain't you getting paid?
Man.
You went to college for my child to teach?
Like, is y'all hooking them up with some money too?
Yeah.
You know, so,
But you know, the thing about that is that, and the other part of it is a social aspect. We're providing school anyway. When the Springs Prep starting, it's not stopped. It hasn't stopped. It's going on all the time. But school has to look differently than people think. School is not just 8 to 4, sit in the desk, walk down the hall, go to lunch. No, school should be a perpetual state. It should always be going on. You and I are in a school right now. We're exchanging thoughts, we're exchanging ideas. We should be enhancing each other. So that's schooling. You know what I'm saying? We're schooling. The public that hears this should be being schooled. You know what I'm saying?
Some type of knowledge.
For sure. Gain some knowledge. So as long as we can do that, then the other things will happen. The other things, the practical Now send your child here. He doesn't have to go to that school anymore. Send your daughter here. She does not have to go to that other school anymore.
Yeah.
But there is a time that they need to interact with other children of a similar age, and that's beneficial as well.
Yeah, the social part.
For
of
sure,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
very important.
Yeah,
So, you know,
even the academic part of that. Like sometimes I could go shoot by myself, but when I shoot against somebody else, it make me shoot better. I'm more conscientious when I'm shooting against somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
That's the competitive nature.
Oh,
people.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then, cause like with the social thing, they got the kid at my kid's school that like stomp on everybody's shoes, man. So you gotta learn how to deal with stuff like that.
Why he step on their shoes?
Well, everybody get new shoes. He got to stomp on them.
Okay.
They say he don't get none.
Okay.
You know, so basically, I would try to help him and get him some shoes, but first you gotta stop hating.
You gotta stop hating. We gotta help you out with that.
Yeah,
stop
we gotta help you out with that.
No.
But yeah, he run around and he stomp everybody's shoes, and he's small too.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you gotta learn how to deal with that type of stuff, because you can't really put hands on him.
Right.
You know, but he can't be stomping on everybody.
He can't do that.
So, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It might be some. I know when I was working at this facility, we would have natural consequences. Yeah. There are natural consequences to certain behavior.
You know, that's a natural consequence.
Natural consequence. If you step up, you might get one. You might get one. You know, why did your son elbow him?
Man,
stepped on his shoe. That's
yeah, that's what it is, man.
Natural consequences. You know what I'm saying? You don't be mad. Okay, well, your son didn't have to elbow him because he stepped on his shoes. You're right. He did not have to.
Yeah.
He also didn't have to step on his shoes. So that's the part of school they say anybody that gets to a fight is going to be suspended. Yeah. If you slap me and I hit you back, I'm going to get suspended too.
Right.
That's against nature.
Yeah.
Nature says defend yourself.
Yeah.
Any animal, any living thing, a plant will try to defend itself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A plant that's away from the sun. Say the plant is here and the sun is there. The plant is going to naturally start leaning towards the sun. Mm-hmm. I want to live. Yeah. So if I allow you to attack me without any defense of myself, it's unnatural.
Yeah,
it's unnatural. So we can't ask our children to be unnatural.
Yeah.
And many times the schools are asking them to be unnatural.
All the time. Yeah, they got them doing things that's unnatural. Standing in line, wait, ask to use the bathroom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Crazy, yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
They want you to raise your hand and ask and do everything.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, Rockefeller, when he came up with the school system, he came up with the school system and he said that the school system was not designed to make people geniuses. It wasn't designed for that, and I'm paraphrasing, but the school system was designed by Rockefeller to line you up, to make you better workers.
Yeah.
Now, am I in disagreement with that? I'm not totally in disagreement with that, because you should not leave school without knowing how to work.
Right.
Not just how to think. People think you go to school just to learn how to think. Okay, I, as a parent, should help my child to learn how to think.
Yeah.
We should have independent things for that. But you should absolutely leave school with a working skill. What can you do?
Yeah, some type of trade.
Some kind of trade. What do you do? Yeah. What do you bring to the table? Yeah, no, I just know philosophy. Yeah. But what can you do? Right. You can't do nothing.
I definitely agree with that.
You got to be able to do something. Yeah. That's how they designed the schools. Now, we don't want dumb workers. Mm-hmm. But you know who does want dumb workers? If I got the factory. Yeah. If I got the factory, I don't need you thinking. I just need you moving widgets. Mm-hmm. I need you moving them widgets. I don't need you, hey, you know when that bell hit, go to lunch, come back, keep up with the line, you know.
And we got to work Saturday.
we might have to work some Saturdays, but I bought you a pizza.
Yeah, nah, they don't even do that no more.
Hey, man, it's just...
on the real, they don't even do that no more.
Hey.
You know, so tell me some of the core values that you instill in your students at the school.
We always want to be people of integrity. We want to be people that have integrity. Do the right thing when nobody's watching. Yeah. Don't do the right thing because you think you're gonna get caught or that you think you're gonna get favor. I think we have to make sure that is the focal point. Doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Yeah. Knowing what's right from wrong. You know, right. we innately know what's right from wrong. Yeah. A child will hide when they believe they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
If they didn't think they were doing wrong, they would never hide.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
see
one of my
dogs.
favorite, Bible verses. What do he say? Who told you you was naked?
Who told you you was naked? Who told you you was naked? Oh, you been listening to them.
Man.
You listening to them. Who told you that mess?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we have to be as leaders with our children, is we're giving them the right path. Mm-hmm. And then when it's something that counters that, you like, why would you do that mess? Mm-hmm. This way. Yeah. Because I'm the right way. So you want to have integrity. You want to be people that do it the right way. And then you want to do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. I think if we cover those three, then everything else can fall in line behind that, including the manhood principles, including the financial principles, including the physical principles, including doing politics correctly. All those things can fall in line. We live in a country that celebrates capitalism. Yeah. And I don't think we should. Because if you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, then you won't be a capitalist. Yeah. Because a capitalist means I want to take advantage of someone else. That can't be the way to run a productive society, is just to take advantage of someone else. Yeah. We have to be willing to, let me help you. Yeah. You help me.
Yeah,
that's community.
Give and take, return, type
Man,
of thing. Yeah.
The common unity. Yeah. Let's work together.
Like when it comes to like capitalism, socialism, stuff like that, I think like bits and pieces, work. But we at a time where definitely we have to try to figure out something, different from all of that. For sure. Where we had to put something together for the future. And then, but it's I think it's going to be completely different.
I think it has to be different.
Yeah, like they already gone to cashless. Yeah. I don't know if you've been to Great America lately, but you can't bring no money in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's all card.
Yeah, it's all card.
Okay.
So so it's already happening. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the future, and how do you plan the kids to counter that? With the technology and everything coming up as well.
I think that we have had challenges throughout. I know we've had challenges throughout history. Yeah. And throughout history, everything that came up new, I can't believe it. This is going to be so. Yeah. And we got to think about, there was a time where there were no cars. Right. And there's people living right now that remember a time when there were no cars.
Yeah, horses.
That they literally had horsepower. We talk about horsepower in our car. Yeah. Why is it horsepower? Because it is made off the premise of a horse.
Yeah. How fast 400 horses will pull you.
How fast 400 horses? It's that's how somebody was like, "What is this? This is great." Mm-hmm. But airplane, the internet, these things were so foreign. Like, I remember watching the Jetsons cartoon as a kid. Yeah. And thinking like, man, you will be able to see somebody through your phone? That ain't gonna happen. Come on. So, all these different challenges are only a challenge until it becomes normal. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll be able to manage that, because the human being is made to manage all of that stuff. Yeah. All of these things are human creations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And looking back on like the Jetsons and Back to the Future type movies, and even James Bond, because he had an Apple Watch technically.
Yes. Yeah.
You think they had it back then?
I think they had the idea. I think the ideas go back all the way back to the pyramids and before. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are concepts.
That's what I think. They're concepts from the pyramids.
Oh, for sure. Like they say, the pyramids are lined up. This is such a deep thought. The pyramids in ancient Kemet, which is called Egypt, are lined up with the pyramids that are in South America. Like, there's a line. Yeah. And then they say from these pyramids, they're lined up with stars. Yeah. So we got to think about how
constellations. Man. Like they lined up perfectly.
We right now, with all our technology and all our equipment and all that, can't build something at the level of the pyramids. Yeah. So how deep were these people? Mm-hmm. What kind of technology did they have at this time that we still cannot duplicate it?
See, like my thoughts on that personally, because I've studied that, you know, so I don't think it was a technology, because they tell us we only use 10% of our brain.
I believe
I
it.
think they unlock and use pretty much all the 100%.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And at that level, anything that we doing technology wise, we could do on our head.
For sure.
You know, we could close our eyes and sit front row at the game.
For sure.
And really be there. You know, when you wake up, it's like being in the Matrix. You know, your nose bleeding. Well, if it happened and you believe it and you start bleeding in the Matrix, it's gonna happen for real.
For
you know what I'm saying? And that's really how I believe that everything happened. So I remember watching the Richard Pryor skit.
Okay.
Where he went to Egypt and he had seen the pyramids. Have you seen that skit before? You know what I'm saying? It's real enlightening.
Right.
You know,
for sure.
Because they ain't like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, whoa, these is niggas. This is what he said.
He said niggas.
Yeah,
he didn't want to
the
say that no more.
said the same thing too. They was like, wait a minute. And everybody was surprised. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of opened my eyes too.
Sure.
And it seems like the more they find stuff in Egypt, the more they find stuff in the Mayan ruins, the faster this technology is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Electric cars, iPhones, going from flip phones to iPhones.
Right.
And maybe the concept in James Bond was them seeing it in the pyramids.
Okay.
You know, because I've never been to Kemet.
Right.
So, but I plan on going.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To see for firsthand.
Right.
But that's my thoughts on that. You know
that's a great thought, you know, and there's so much research to be done on it. It's so much that has been done already that we should be in that study, and that's the type of thing that our children have to have.
Yeah.
We can't allow our children to be so consumed with the filth and the, like I say, cotton candy images, no nutritional value. We know cotton candy is sugar spun fast, so cotton candy is something that has no nutritional value at all. And there's so much of that on TV that's meant to, just get you jittered. It's nothing though. It's based on nothing. So much of TV, internet is cotton candy. You know, so we want to make sure that we have something with some more substance. Sustenance as well that feeds our soul, you know. So we want to make sure that we give better information to our children about Kemet, about the pyramids, about the University of Timbuktu. That's not a fantasy place. That's a real place. You know what I'm saying? That the real knowledge was derived from. That we want to be able to explore our greatness that we've had even in this country, and even to this day. You know, so we want to make sure it's bigger than even the game. We love the game. We love what sports does for us. But then we have some more stuff to do as well, you know. We want to make sure that we're giving that knowledge, and that is that school that I think of as a perpetual state of being in school. You know, it's not I got my master's, I'm done. I got my PhD, I'm done. You know, I'm always in that state of learning, for sure.
Most definitely. And then, what I was going to say on it was back to the slavery part a little bit. I forgot what I was going to say.
Are you good? Whatever.
But
you know, I mean, like we talk about enslaved. When we were enslaved, I think that people want to minimize our enslavement period, even our own people, because the pain of enslavement makes people just want to say, oh, you know, we're slaves. Well, what about before slavery? I'm like, but don't gloss over the hundreds of years and the sacrifice that our people had during our enslavement. Don't just go to we were kings and queens in Africa, because one, everybody wasn't a king and queen. There's no way that could ever happen. How would that happen? How do you run a kingdom if everybody's a king and queen? You know what I'm saying? No, there were always some people that had to do the physical work, you know. But there were black people that were the rulers for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that we want to be able to teach, and then still understand the sacrifice that our people had in this country through our enslavement, what our ancestors went through, and for us to be at the spot that we are now, it's just genius. And it's God first, and then it's genius that we were able to get to the point that we are now, and not to be just totally destroyed.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say about the history. Is they for a long time they tried to make it seem like that's where we started was in slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like almost, you know, the creation came and we was the last to come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when we came, it was here in
Right.
slavery, so
Right.
we didn't have no history.
Right.
And that's why I thought it was always important for the Egyptian stuff to come out.
For
Because
sure.
we credit them with everything like
Right.
math, science,
Right.
but then we want to say they painted the people on the buildings the wrong color.
Right.
They ain't know no better than
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? When it
Right.
comes to
Right.
that,
Yeah.
which that theory's got to be wrong.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what would your philosophy and thoughts be on how to get people to get back to the basics of where we came from originally?
I think that
Trying
we
to
are.
find our way back to, you know what I'm saying, greatness.
I think we're doing it now. You know what I'm saying? With what you're doing,
Yeah.
I think there's so many people that are privileged to be able to have the knowledge, and then the technology that we have now, we can put out our messages. We don't have to go through any filter. We don't have to go through anyone else's media.
Right.
We can put out our own information now. So that is something that they wanted for bad. That's absolutely is being used for good. People talk about how there's so much bad, but in a dark room, how much light do you need to light up that room? You need a little. This room could be pitch black, and with a little flicker of light, now I have some light in the room.
Yeah.
So this kind of show, it'll be. You'd have so many more viewers if it was butt naked women on the show. Yeah.
We probably would.
You
but
know what I'm
that's
saying?
not the message.
But that's not the
Yeah.
message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's beautiful as well.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that we have that light of knowledge. And I
Yeah,
think we just
yeah.
can keep providing that, seeking out knowledge, and then providing that for ourselves and then for
Yeah.
our children. Is outstanding. Like, I'll go to the museums this summer for sure,
Yeah,
and I
no
will
doubt.
invite some of the young guys with us. But then what we always see when we go is that not only do they benefit, man, I had a couple parents with us that was like, man.
Yeah, you learn.
You know what I'm
something.
saying, man? Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
the museums are outstanding, but there's so much knowledge for us to obtain through searching through the internet and going to the library and getting
Yeah.
the books and then having these kind of conversations with intelligent people.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. So I like the museums myself too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Which also leads us back to them Egyptian artifacts.
For sure.
You know, because that's for me. I feel like Europe should give them back.
Oh,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, or at least let it be on like some type of world tour, like how they do other stuff.
Yeah.
I never agree with like digging up the dead.
Right.
So
Right,
like
right.
when they display King Tut, I always, what if I dug up George Washington?
Right.
Or
Right.
Ben Franklin? How
Right.
you can't do that?
Yeah.
You know, so what's your thoughts on like stolen artifacts or
Yeah. It's bigger.
when they,
It's even
we say
broader.
excavated.
Oh
What
yeah,
they-
I think it's
they
really
call it
rude.
excavate.
I think it's really rude and disrespectful.
Mhm.
One thing about the excavations that they've done in Kemet or ancient Egypt is there are some places there where they tried to do excavations and multiple people have died when they was doing it.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
it's like the answers are saying stop.
Yeah,
But-
because it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. But that in Africa being the second largest of all the continents, the robbing of Africa is bigger than just Kemet.
Yeah.
Like, not only did they rob Kemet, they robbed the rest of the continent, and the African continent as a whole has like they had something that was called the Berlin Conference.
Okay.
When the European countries got together and literally decided how they were going to divide up Africa.
Mm.
It was one of the most arrogant
Yeah.
things that you could ever do.
Yeah.
And they decided how they were going to divide up Africa and use it for Europeans' benefit, you know?
Yeah.
So through that, they stole resources, golds, and treasures, and they even had heads, literally the heads of African leaders that they have in jars in their
Yeah.
country.
Oh,
So right now,
that's crazy.
African countries are saying, yo, that's why this BRICS thing that they're saying, that, yo, no, we don't trust you. We shouldn't trust you.
Yeah.
You know, Africa is getting their glory back, and that's beautiful because not only should it happen there, it should happen through everybody that's part of the diaspora should be able to say, man,
Yeah.
that's home. You know, my son is going to visit Africa.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing that his
Yeah.
feet are going to touch that land that my feet have not. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. And once we realize Africa is beautiful and it has some of the most beautiful modern areas on the planet.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, natural.
Natural.
Yeah,
It's
natural,
not.
yeah.
It's not jungle. First, Africa can't be jungle. There's not a jungle in Africa. There are jungles in South America, but there's not a jungle in Africa.
Yeah.
If anyone knows geography, there's not jungle there. Now there are places where wild animals are, but that's every continent. You know what I'm saying? But don't make Africa Tarzan land, which Tarzan could have never been there anyway, because his skin would have never been able to absorb that without having no melanin. You wouldn't have been able to be in Africa like that, running around. You know what I'm saying? So stop.
Tarzan could have been black originally too.
I
Though,
mean,
man.
you know, that's for sure. Now Tarzan,
to be honest with you, he probably was.
absolutely, but their story. But
Yeah.
we've seen our people be able to civilize the wildest of animals.
Yeah.
We've seen even during when we talk about enslavement. I know we're going around the world, but we talk about enslavement. Our people, the Seminole warriors. The word Seminole means the runaway.
Yeah.
Seminole means the runaway. So the Seminole warriors in the Seminole Wars were some of the greatest wars, or not great like good, but great like fierce fighting in America. The Seminole Wars, the two Seminole Wars that happened here, why were they fighting so hard? I ain't going back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? But they would go and manipulate the alligators.
Yeah.
They would go deeper into the swamp. When it get tough, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I bet y'all not coming down here. In Africa, there are people.
Alligators.
Y'all scared of these alligators. We ain't.
Yeah.
In Africa, there are people that will go out there and can manipulate lions.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so this
that back in manhood training.
man,
too.
that's deep. You know, so not every African can do it. No, because Africa is the second largest of all the continent. How many people are there on this large continent? But there are some people that were able to be that in line with the animals that you can manage the animals.
Yeah, that's being real in touch with nature and yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I started watching Africa back with Gaddafi.
Yeah.
And seeing how he did his country.
Yeah.
And was paying his people with the oil reserves.
Yeah.
You get married, you get a certain amount in the house.
Beautiful.
Kids get to go to school. And I think that all of that is possible in America too if we designed our system, you know, not going to say exactly like his, but, you know, a version that could fit ours too. Are you familiar with Gaddafi's system?
Very much so. Colonel Gaddafi, rest in peace, was destroyed because he was going to build the African dollar. You know what I'm saying?
They had it.
Yeah, and that's why they, you know, that's why they attacked him.
With the real gold behind it.
Man, backed by gold, which our dollar is backed by paper.
Well,
you know?
Backed by gold and oil, actually.
But but what I'm saying, they're backed by something that's tangible.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and our dollar is not backed by anything. Our dollar is backed by something. The American dollar is backed by military might.
Yeah,
that is the only thing that backs the American dollar. Is that we have bombs and we have military. You know, because we're bullies.
As long as you never be broke.
That's what America do. What you gonna do? America, what you gonna do?
You know
okay,
like,
we got this much. We got this $1 trillion. Okay.
But even if you come get it, you ain't getting nothing.
What you gonna do?
It ain't really nothing to take.
What you want? You want this money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can just go print some more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we are a part of America. But I was talking about Gaddafi. If people say, well, he was aggressive to his people, every leader would have to be.
Yeah.
It's a certain point that if you are in charge of a country, if you're in charge of a business, if you're in charge of a household, sometimes somebody need to get their ass whooped.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody need to be disciplined. In order for there to be order in this house, there's a time to be disciplined. They said the same thing about Saddam Hussein and why they had to go. No, that wasn't your. Look at Libya pre-American attack.
It was beautiful.
Look at Libya post.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look at Iraq pre-American attack.
Yeah.
What? Come on now.
It's crazy.
Come on now.
See, that was one thing where I thought Trump had a point, where he wouldn't let the people come over here, because you got to understand, they might be mad. You know what I'm saying? And I would be. You know what I'm saying? If I lived in Libya before and now you look at it now, let me come on over here and mess y'all stuff up. I'm finna fuck y'all shit up real good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would think. And so I thought he was right and vet them first. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I would have tried to help rebuild it if you done something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was a tragedy, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that city was beautiful, and
For
then
sure.
it's just like I couldn't imagine just boom.
Yeah,
boom,
I mean, but
boom.
that happened, and then they
Yeah.
got some of the European countries now. I recently saw a European leader say that how wrong they were. And they
Yeah, oh,
admitted-
man, they gotta be, man. You
They
gotta know
admitted
because I still ain't seen no weapon at all. You ain't showed me
No weapons
a
of mass
bullet
destruction.
nothing.
None
You
of
know what I'm
this.
saying?
None of this. You know, man, it's a terrible
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? Like,
It's
like
terrible.
you ain't even planted none. You could have planted a nuclear warhead.
You
This
ain't
motherfucker
planted
by
nothing.
now, man. But
Man, that's
it's-
terrible.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they had us
horrible.
going to war about that, and you know, and
Mhm.
the media can make you believe some stuff that's totally fictitious.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, we
It
jumped
can make
all
you
on it, no
go
question.
to war against
Yeah.
somebody, or have a fear against a unseen
Yeah,
virus.
yeah,
It scared the hell out of the world.
yeah. They say
You know what I'm saying?
it's a round 2 coming.
When was round one?
The COVID.
When was round one?
You know, with the shutdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. They said China.
Who said Fauci? Fauci?
It's in China right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Like
I mean, it's
20,
always
20,
in China.
30
It's always
people
somewhere
are-
where they created.
Yeah,
Wherever
yeah,
they
yeah.
created.
They said it's like 20, 30 million already infected in China.
Yeah, I know. That's what they said last time too.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
had us.
I
Okay,
ain't- But I
let's
ain't taking that jab, man.
they can go with
Man, I
that,
ain't
and
taking
I
that
know they
jab,
can.
man.
If they want to get us, they can always get us. But let's just be for real.
Yeah.
You had a curfew for people on quarantine, and I'm trying to figure out: did the virus know what time it was?
Yeah, you right. You right. 'Cause
So
they ain't no
why am I on
24 hours.
curfew?
Yeah.
Is the virus more aggressive at
Yeah.
10:30 at night?
Yeah.
This is boogeyman stuff,
Yeah,
man.
and
This
if
is
you-
Twilight
if you think
Zone
about
stuff.
it, if you want a social distance, it'd be better to have Walmart continue to stay 24 hours. That way, some of the daytime can go at night. You know what I'm saying? Cause that was my thing that hurt. I used to go when the kids go to sleep. I run to Walmart and do my shopping real quick at night. And so when that happened, I couldn't do it no more. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
So-
I never thought about how you saying it. That do make sense. Like why the curfew?
Because I'm messing with your mind. This Twilight
Yeah.
Zone. I'm messing with
Yeah.
your mind.
Cause
Here's the thing.
Show for sure, and then we still got the curfew.
We got a curfew. How I got a curfew?
Yeah.
You got a
Like,
quarantine
I
curfew.
never understood the curfew. Like that don't
Makes-
make no sense.
It don't make
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
So you tell me this. Walmart's necessary.
Mhm.
Burger King, necessary.
Yeah.
McDonald's is necessary. How?
Yeah.
Walmart ain't necessary.
Nah.
Y'all gonna run out of toilet paper. They had people having if there was never any more toilet paper, you'll go use the bathroom and you'll wipe with a leaf.
Yeah.
You'll rinse
that's
it
right.
off.
Yeah,
Why
that's
are
what
we?
I'm saying. Go
They
on, rinse
tell
it
you
off,
what to be
right?
scared of.
Yeah. I
No, it's
understand that part.
boogeyman. It's boogeyman
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it was a
And
lot
I
of
know
stuff.
some people died from. Some people had corona and died. People in my family, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Still
I
more
know that.
people
Yeah.
died from heart disease.
Yeah.
We still haven't had a quarantine on heart disease.
Yeah.
We haven't stopped people from going to get the food that we know causes heart disease.
Yeah.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death.
Yeah.
It was during Corona. It is right now.
Yeah.
We ain't stopped nothing because of that. So
Yeah,
do you
that's
really
what-
care about life or not?
Mhm.
Because if you care about life, why are we, like they say, it's people that wear a mask that's going to get ho-hos, Twinkies, fat bag, and all this, and you want to tell me wear your mask. You might don't need to eat none of that garbage you eating, and you worried about my
Definitely.
mask. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's, and then it was so phony with the mask.
Mhm.
You wear your mask up or down, or this is the wrong mask, the right mask. Hold it, wait, man.
Yeah.
Hold it, wait. You know what? This is when I know somebody lying. Keep changing the story.
Uh-huh.
If you keep changing
Can't
the
get it
story,
straight.
you can't get your story straight.
Yeah. can't
You
get it
lying.
resolved. Now they just ain't even talking.
Ain't even talking about it. You know when you don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about with my wife if I told the truth, because I don't be lying.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it unless you're a liar.
Right.
Liars got to do what?
Keep online.
I got to keep online, and I got to keep them lies making sense. You can see somebody that's a liar because they trying to figure out, did I tell this mug left, right, up, down, what? But that's how they did us during the quarantine. You keep telling us all these stories.
Yeah. That's
It
how
don't
people
make
starting
sense.
to
You
wake
keep,
up to it.
and then people is mad at you for not believing the lie.
Yeah.
You mad at me because I didn't get the super duper duper duper.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, y'all said that you can't ever have a vaccine unless you go through these steps.
Yeah,
This is what y'all
what happened to
told
the
us.
steps? Yeah.
What happened to the steps?
Yeah.
No, we did the super. It sounds like something I hear kids say. We did the super warp speed study.
Yeah. And then once they jabbed you, they doubled back like, man, you got to get a re-up. What you mean?
Then they jabbed you and they said, if this has an adverse effect, you can't sue us.
Yeah.
What kind of what?
What I'd already known about medicines and cures is either you got to put a dead version or a very weak version of the virus in somebody so that their body can develop the immune system. Which at that point is just, I take my chances. You know, so I never agree with the extra shots that they try to give us in the doctors because they put in all kinds like aluminum nitrates.
Come on, man.
It's
an experiment.
Yeah. They want to see, you know. Actually, I'm not even quite sure what they want to see right now. You know, so I think they might want to see some zombies.
Hey man, I know that. We can't prove it, but I know a bunch of people I know a bunch of people had adverse effects. A bunch of people have left here with adverse effects.
Yeah.
You know, people that appear to be healthy, and then they left. You know, there are some people that died from the virus. Yes, there are people that always die from viruses every year. Yeah. You know, did it make sense? I don't know, and I still think no one knows. Did it ever make sense? I don't think we know. And I think people get an arrogance either way, pro vaccine or anti, that, you know, it's an arrogance because none of us really know. Yeah. And that's what I think was the worst thing about this is that people came out with definite positions on something that we're not certain about and we won't be certain about for another 10 to 15 years. Yeah. We won't know. Yeah. It'll be 10 to 15 years. We'll be like, man, remember? Yeah, they was wrong about that. Oh, yeah, they was right about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of them things like that.
Yeah. So, let's double back to the school, though, for a quick second. You know, so post-COVID, now I think it's a real opportunity, like you say. So, 15 years from now, we get a chance to write the script. So, we could look back and be like, man, this was this. You know what I'm saying? Or we could also look back and be like, you know, this is what we did to make it what it is now. You know what I'm saying? So what's your plans, you know, with the school, you know, because you're going to be teaching the kids, so to help mold and get us to the new future that we're trying to bring in?
We're just in motion. Plans are in motion. Whenever you you draw blueprints for anything, you have points that you want to meet. And are you meeting the majority of those? So with our blueprint, we've met most of them. Some of them you've had some dips, and some of them we've hit some peaks. Yeah. So right now we're consistent, and we are expecting to continue growth. We'll have some more information that we'll put out this summer as far as what's the next step for us. But I would just say that we're in a good spot, and we appreciate everyone's support, everybody who believes in us. We do have our right now during the summer we'll have some of our teams will be participating, but we'll have training and mentoring and those things that will give people a glimpse of who Springs Prep is throughout the summer. And even this morning we had some 6:30 in the morning guys that had a physical training as well as a mental development. So those things are continuing to go, but the actual physical presence of a school, those steps are being made, and some more information will be out this summer.
Y'all, you spoke about the teams that was playing. Y'all still play against some of the European teams?
Well, we have a team going to Florida for AAU Nationals, and in Florida they can play against some international teams.
Yeah.
Will there be teams from Europe to come? That's to be determined. But we did play some Australian team. We played an Australian team this year, and there have been some different international teams that we play against as well.
Yeah.
So that is one of the plans we have, is to have some international students to come this way to be a part of the Springs Preparatory
like
Academy.
exchange program.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have some plans like that.
Yeah, 'cause
That are
I seen when y'all did that. I like that. It was a real. That was
Yeah.
an innovative idea.
yeah.
Because how I looked at it in Europe and stuff, like Australia too, I believe.
Right.
Some of the 14, 15-year-olds play professionally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't do that here.
Right.
But to play against them, kind of even the playing field out. You know?
Right,
So
right,
when
right.
they get older, if they go professionally, then they'll be a lot more equipped to meet.
Yeah,
as-
I
as
agree.
Americans.
I agree. I don't. A lot of times people think that international, like you'll have somebody like Jokic, and they'll say, "See Jokic, and that's the benefit of the European basketball." But I like,
Nah, not really.
look at how many other people is in the NBA
Yeah.
that wasn't a part of European basketball. So if you were trying to design someone to be in the NBA, what you would do is take the sum
Yeah.
of this group, and you would say what percentage of them were from Europe.
Yeah.
That percentage has to be close to 1% of the NBA.
Yeah, it's small.
The rest of that
Small, yeah.
pie is homegrown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's something we're doing right as far as that. If you compare that to Major League Baseball, which has about a 45 to 50% international, then you would have to say, oh, baseball, y'all doing something wrong in the United States, because 50% of these countries
Yeah.
are the bulk of the Major League
League,
Baseball.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you say for football, 100.
Yeah.
This is American football.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
how we
yeah.
do it. Period.
They don't play football.
Y'all play football. This is an American
They
sport.
don't
You know what I'm
play
saying? So,
football,
yeah, soccer. You know, everywhere. Everybody do soccer. You can be good, bad, mid, or whatever. But as far as basketball, I think that we have so much that's being done in America with basketball. I think that it's good to play people from other countries,
Yeah.
other states, other areas, just to give you a different perspective on the
Yeah.
world first,
Yeah,
and then of basketball too.
Yeah, yeah. Because
For
that's what I was getting at. We're playing overseas. You get to see a different perspective on how it's ran. You know, not that
For
they're
sure.
better, but they
Right.
allow their players to play professionally younger.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and some of their professional leagues are like an adult league over here.
Yeah.
It's like some
Yeah,
of them
nah,
are
it
just
ain't
like a
that
work.
good.
Yeah, some of them, it ain't pro.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what you mean? I mean, $10.
Yeah,
I mean,
it ain't good.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, y'all, you didn't have AU like we had. Like
Yeah.
our AU teams can be comparable to some of their pro low level, like
Yeah.
4th division. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, just because the guy says he went I played overseas basketball. You need to find out what level that
Yeah.
is. That just means out of America, because you could be
Yeah.
playing in the
Yeah, they come back
concrete
talking like
league.
they was Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, like, come
China
on,
league,
man. No, you wasn't in that league, bro. You was in the after work league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nah, that's
yeah,
different.
where the
That's
winner
not the
took
same.
the money home.
Right. You did. How much they paid you? They paid you
Yeah.
a $1,200 for the month. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
You know. I mean, that ain't the same.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not
And
at
some
all.
months they have some international contracts where you don't make nothing.
Yeah,
You just have a chance to play basketball over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you could literally go somewhere and they could give you $50 a game.
yeah,
Some guys want to play that bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
just being international just means out of America. So it's
Yeah.
so much, you know.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the college players getting paid with the likenesses now?
I think the name, image, and likeness is something that needed to be done forever. I think the NCAA has been crooks. You know, I think what they've done is use the desire to be at that level to make them billionaires. You know what I'm saying? To make the corporations money, to make the colleges money, to make the coaches money, to make the institutions money, the boosters money, and then tell the players you got a degree and a chance to play. I
Yeah.
think that has always been wrong. And even now with the name, image, and likeness, it's still wrong because you still have to have someone say, for instance, McDonald's say, hey, I want to give you a deal. But the thing is, you can't get a deal with like if your school is a Nike school,
Yeah.
you can't be an Adidas player.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, so what you're saying is they already got a deal with Nike. What you could get is you can't get a Nike deal, but what you could get is a deal on some shoestrings. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So all I could get is secondary level
Yeah,
deals.
even if
You know what I'm
you're getting
saying?
offered the deals.
Even if you're getting offered a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't really fair. But what I think would be fair is the schools should pay them like employees because they are. You know,
Yeah.
both of my children played at a Division I level. They should get paid like an employee because they are employees. You cannot miss a practice, a training, a game for class.
Right.
You cannot. What you mean? You are not on a academic and sports scholarship. You are here for basketball.
Yeah.
And then you go to class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But if that's the deal, I'm an employee. You know, you use me to market your school to the world. You use me to
Sell them tickets.
to sell these tickets.
Yeah.
And the tickets are such a small percentage, but when you're getting TV money, you're getting endorsements, all these.
Sponsors,
And I'm not mad at our coach because my son had a chance to play for Rick Pitino's son.
Yeah,
And
okay.
you know, and these are big money people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But the year before Keem went to Minnesota, they won 8 games. He was on the verge of losing his contract.
Yeah.
Keem came, the team meshed, the team evolved. They needed some leadership, which he was part of bringing. They had the greatest turnaround in NCAA history.
Yeah.
He got another contract out of that.
Yeah.
He got another shoe deal out of that.
Yeah.
He got another Big Ten bonus because he's Big Ten Coach of the Year. He got he got bonuses.
Yeah.
You know, so he made a lot of money.
He said the bottom of thank you card or something, man.
You
for
know,
y'all,
you
man.
could have what I would
You know
say
what
is this:
happened.
you could have paid for me to go to the game.
Oh yeah, at least some.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
some.
I'm talking about pay for me to travel up there.
Yeah.
I
know,
ain't
yeah,
mad
yeah.
that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for it. People say, "Well, you could have asked for that." I was never asking for nothing illegal
Yeah.
because I got integrity.
Yeah.
But people, if you know the Patinos, they're like, the Patinos would have came up with that money.
Yeah.
But I never want to be that person.
Yeah.
I never want to be a person that's begging you for money.
Yeah.
But they should just pay that money. They should
Yeah.
just take care of your parents.
Yeah, they should.
They
They, gotta
should-
take care of the
They should take care of the parents. They should.
always,
And they don't.
always.
Unless it's illegal. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I don't think it should be illegal. You should take care. The parents that want to travel to and from the games, they should do that. They should take care of that.
But by making, like you say, giving them the money like an employee and putting it in the contract like that,
Right.
it wouldn't be illegal.
It wouldn't be
You
illegal.
know what I'm saying? And then it'll be okay for the parents to come support.
For
Because
sure.
that's the kids still need that.
They still need
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
They
Every
still
now
need
and
that.
then They need to see
You gonna
dad
need.
and
They
mom
gonna need
in
to
the
see
crowd.
me. It's
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm saying?
different if I ain't here.
Brothers and sisters. Right.
For
right.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to want your family there.
You gonna want
See,
your
I
family
remember my family came to a game, and I dove in the crowd for the ball, man.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Yeah.
That's
So
part of
it
it.
make a big difference. It make
Oh,
a
no
big
doubt.
difference.
No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. We see that from the children all the way up to to the league. We got guys that we got that's in the league, and you still want to see your people. You know what I'm saying? You still want to
most
see your people. It's
definitely.
different,
Most
for sure,
definitely. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
So Coach Mahone, thank you for coming out today, man. I really appreciate
man. I
it,
love what
bro.
you do. I love
Yes,
what
sir.
you do
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
No doubt,
I'm
no
gonna have
doubt.
to get you back in here some more.
Hey,
man.
man,
We
it's
can,
good. It's good.
Refresh up these topics again.
Hey, the tattoo room, we love it. I'm
Yes,
filthy.
sir.
I'm filthy. Let's get it.
I'm gonna get you a closer real quick. I appreciate y'all stopping through the tattoo room unfiltered. I'm the host with the most, Devon Leroy. This has been my guest, Coach Dwayne Springs. We want y'all to live as long as y'all want and never want as long as y'all live. Plenty much love to the next time.
Let's go. Let's go. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes, sir.